Called a Beartic? Let's talk about it. We just got the 4th episode in the Pokemon Journeys Pocket Monsters Aim to be a Pokemon Master series, and it was something else. I want to give a big push to my Pokemon Chronicles review series, which is slightly better than this series so far, but only time will tell. Me and my Pichu brother Starmeister recapped and reviewed every single episode, and it to this day remains my favorite product on my channel, so be sure to click the playlist link in the description after the video. But enough of that, let's talk about this episode. So the whole premise of this episode was basically there's a Beartic living in a forest in the middle of who knows where, but it's kind of like implied to be near Unova. And he's basically Elsa from the movie Frozen. He can't control his ice powers, and whenever he gets startled or frightened, he kind of like freezes everything around him. So the Pokemon inside the forest are scared of him, and in the interactions with Ash and all of his Pokemon, he would just instantly freeze them and run away. And then the whole plot of this episode is where Ash and his Pokemon are trying to get him to be more comfortable and confident with his powers, and at the end of the episode it basically gets achieved. And Ash's rotation of Pokemon for this time was Oshawott, Snorlax, Talonflame, and Incineroar, who did learn Darkest Lariat, so congrats to you, Incineroar. Basically, Snorlax came in this episode to just Mega Punch away the ice. Talonflame and Incineroar were here just because they're fire Pokemon, and Talonflame specifically because of its Flame Body ability, and they were just here to melt the ice. Honestly, Snorlax was literally shown here just because of his weight loss program, and his weight loss regimen really worked out, and he even shrunk in size. And to be honest, they kind of like not ruined Snorlax, but they brought him back literally for no reason in my opinion, because Snorlax has been one of Ash's powerhouse Pokemon for all these times and all these years and in so many important battles, just to be brought back to literally Mega Punch 2 rocks and then got recalled back inside, and that's it. We never saw him again. Oshawott was really good in this episode though. He kind of carried this episode from Ash's Pokemon side, and in the episode in general, he was basically kind of the MVP. I mean, Ash did a lot too, but Oshawott was on the Pokemon side of things was really great, helping with Beartic to get its confidence back. Lots of cute moments with Misty and with Pikachu. All around, Oshawott was really well done. Maybe next time they can go Oshawott, but I guess they just didn't want to resort to that power. It's too much of a power level spike, so they just kind of like made sure it was just Oshawott in this episode. We even get Starmie's first appearance in 1,164 episodes. Starmie literally hasn't appeared since the 64th episode of the original series, and what did Starmie do? You know, it probably must have taken down Kyurem, it must have battled Zekrom, maybe even had a 1v1 with Victini, or you know what it actually did, it was just rapid spin some ice, but hey, that was cool too. And Fortress was there too, and it wasn't even in its fastball, so like they even brought back Fortress, who hasn't appeared in like 600 episodes, and they couldn't even get his Pokeball right. Poor guy. At least he got to rapid spin some ice blocks too. Fortress, Starmie, Snorlax, good job on the ice, guys. Surely Starmie and Fortress trainers must have done really well. Misty, Brock, were they doing great in this episode? No, they were literally just shoehorned in this episode just to be there with Ash. They did have like some talking points where they're like, wow, you know, Ash really loves Pokemon, like if we don't already know that 1,200 episodes later. Or, you know, just bringing up points like he has Flame Body, or when they brought up Kyurem, just telling us that Kyurem's a legendary Pokemon from Unova. They were literally in this episode just to talk to the viewers and dumb us down, but I'll totally understand, you know, this is for kids, so they have to like overly explain everything. Kind of like in Yu-Gi-Oh! How every time they use Pot of Greed, they tell you that they draw 2 cards. That's the whole point of them being in this episode, because basically Ash was really into helping this Beartic get over its, you know, problem with ice, because it was a really strong Pokemon. It just had no control over it. Ash kind of took, you know, some notice into it and kind of really cared about this Beartic, and he spent the entire episode trying to regain its confidence, even if it meant freezing his own Pokemon or even falling down a crevice or anything like that. Ash didn't care. He just really wanted this Beartic to overcome its fear, and eventually it did, and was able to control its powers by the end of the episode. It had many, you know, cliche moments like every filler episode has, like, so at the beginning of the episode he can't control his power, and the first time it looks like he's going to control his power he couldn't, and then once again when he thought he could do it he couldn't, and then at the end of the episode when they're in a pinch or like some dangerous moment, all of a sudden he could do it. So you know, that's kind of a cookie cutter combo that happens all the time in these filler episodes, and well, it happened here again. And at the end of the episode, when Oshawott and Pikachu are trying to convince the forest Pokemon that Beartic is actually changed, he's really good with his ice powers now, you see Bellsprout wide-eyed in amazement, and at first it looks like the other Pokemon aren't really convinced about this, but then Bellsprout goes running over and wants his own, you know, Terra crystallized shell from Oshawott, and once he gets it on, boom, all of a sudden all the other Pokemon believe him. This is actually Jeanette Fisher's Bellsprout who ran away, so it's a really strong Bellsprout, so they do not want to mess with him. if this guy gets angry, it's gonna be worse than the Beartic. So luckily for us, Bellsprout was also suppressing its powers, and it was able to convince the other Pokemon to join Beartic's side. So yeah, this episode, not much happened, and again, as we get closer and closer to the end of Ash's journey, it's like, really, are they really giving us these episodes? This could have easily been done in Journeys, or hell, this could have been done in Unova, but no, they had to give this to us now, and I'm sad to say because I really don't mind most of these episodes, but this one specifically was just extra boring to me, extra cookie cutter. I'm gonna have to give this episode a 3 out of 10. We do get to see Latias at the end. Again, every episode they're just letting us know that Latias is still there and probably gonna go with Ash, or at least follow Ash for like the rest of his life or something. I don't know, but Latias is there all the time. 3 out of 10 episode. The animation was okay, and so were the visuals. It was really cool to see Misty with her heart gold outfit, but other than that, they just really brought back Incineroar. I wanted to see in battle, and all they got was Darkest Lariat and a bunch of other things, but I don't know, this episode just wasn't it for me. If you guys like this episode, you know, all the power to you. Hopefully you guys don't hate on my rating too much, but yeah, this is going to be a 3 out of 10. With that being said, let's take a look at the prediction trailer and make some predictions for what's going to happen in the next episode. So, it does look like we're going to get another filler episode, but this one actually looks pretty good, and of course I'm biased for it being a Squirtle fan. We get Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charizard getting an episode dedicated to them, and it just makes sense as they're such a huge part of Ash's journey and Ash's history in the anime. I think we're going to get lots of hilarious moments and character interactions by everyone involved, and it's going to be one of the better episodes in this little series, but only time's going to tell. Of course, nothing serious is going to happen. As always, whenever there's a Squirtle episode, there's got to be a fire, and he's going to put it out. But at the end of the day, it's not about what the plot for this one, it's all about the character interaction, especially between Bulbasaur and Squirtle. So I look forward to this episode. I do think this is going to be one of the better episodes. I hope we get some other character of the days in here, but I don't think we will. The only other cool thing if like Pidgeot randomly makes an appearance as one of the OGs, or Butterfree just flies on by. But it does look like it's just going to be Bulbasaur and Charizard for now. But how are they going to do that? Because they need to kind of shoe in more Pokemon in here, or they can just give us more Snorlax breaking the ice moments here. But who knows? I do think that this is going to be one of the better episodes in the series nonetheless. But what do you guys think is going to happen? Let me know in the comments below. If you made it this far into the video, I want to thank you and welcome you to join my Discord server. We passed 700 members last week and we're currently in the middle of a Pokemon Showdown tournament, so if you want to see that, come on join and be part of the next one, and just in general be part of the Pichu Bros posse. Also, big shout out to the channel members who have supported the channel by becoming a member. If you want to join too, just click the join button down below, but no pressure. If you don't join, don't worry, I don't have the ability pressure like Dusclops. I'm not going to ask you guys too much. But with that being said, it's been your boy Luap, and I'm out. Peace.
Poyaro! Nante power! Gaogae!